Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rohan. It's my platform where I do MMA and boxing related content, and today you're tuned in to As Requested episode 11. That's right, I'm bringing As Requested back. Actually, As Requested never went away. Basically, I never had any great requests coming in. The world of mixed martial arts had been a bit quiet, so I'd been focusing kind of on getting the few breakdowns out, been working with MMA Release and doing some content with him on his channel, so go check that out. And then really I just put this kind of on the back burner, but I had another great suggestion come in. This won't necessarily be out on Monday, so it's not going to be sticking to my regular schedule because I want to get up the breakdown for Yair Rodriguez's fight. But anyways, all that not aside, this is the series on my channel where you, the subscriber, decide which videos I make by simply commenting in the comment section below. I'll pick out a comment at random. So guys, if you want to have a video dedicated to your suggestion, then just comment below your video ideas. I'll pick out a video suggestion and then I'll make a video based on that idea. Anyways guys, let's get into this. So this one comes from my boy from over in the States, Eric Gould from Taylor the Tape, and he asked me which kickboxers do I think would could make a good transition over to boxing. And that's kind of on the back of, so I done a video kind of talking about Tyrone Spong and him fighting Alexander Usyk, and why I felt like that fight was important to me because I'm a huge kickboxing fan and Muay Thai fan, and Tyrone Spong is not just a heavyweight prospect, he's one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. And it's actually quite an interesting question because when you think about it, when you're asked which competitive athlete or which competitive fighter has had the best success rate transitioning over to other fighting sports, most people will probably think like amateur wrestlers over into mixed martial arts. That's not necessarily true. It's probably going to be kickboxers over into boxing, and there's a long history of great world champion boxers that actually have roots in kickboxing, and whether or not people are willing to accept that that is the case, and there's a lot of history behind that. So some examples I can give off the top of my head are guys like Vitaly Klitschko, who obviously went on to be a world champion up until the day of his retirement. Then you got Chris Algieri, who won a world title, Dylan White, who's on the verge of a world title fight now. You know, so many of these guys. Ricky Hatton, he started off as a kickboxer. There's so many great guys. Jarrell Miller, I could just keep naming names. Even Nicky Holtzkin, he's 15-1 as a professional boxer now. He actually fought Callum Smith to a unanimous decision right before Callum Smith knocked out George Groves. So kickboxers are not to be trifled with. And so I've rounded it down to 4 guys who I think could transition over to boxing really well and have incredible talent and could really shine in the world of boxing. So at number 4, I'm going to go with the Moroccan bad boy, Bad Hari, who fights at heavyweight. Now Bad Hari, he's getting a bit older now at 34 years old, so maybe he couldn't transition over to the highest level at this moment in time. But you know what? Heavyweights tend to have a bit of a bigger shelf life, and Bad Hari's a bad dude, and he's got tons and tons of skills that could bring over. Obviously, there would be no time for him to waste padding up his record, but really there's no necessity for him to pad up his record if you think about how many professional fights he's had in the world of kickboxing, how many world titles he's won there. So the 34-year-old Bad Hari, he weighs in at 18 stone, so that will make him one of the bigger heavyweights. He stands at 6'6", stands at 84-inch reach. That makes him humongous compared to a lot of the other heavyweights fighting currently, and he definitely could leverage that size and strength. Obviously, he's used to getting shins across his dome, so he'll be able to adapt to that, and he's a ferocious finisher. Just to give you some context, he's got 92 wins by way of knockout. The dude's professional record as a kickboxer is 106 wins and 13 losses. We're talking 129 professional fights, and he's only, 34 years old. There's definitely some room at him for him to compete in boxing and still have some success in this day and age. If in his prime he would have made the transition over, then that would have been a lot of fun, and I would have really enjoyed to see that. Just to name some names of some of the great kickboxers, he's beaten guys like Ishmael Lunt, he's beaten Stefan Leko not once but twice, Gokhan Sasaki, beat Alistair Overeem, he beat Semi Schilt, one of the greatest kickboxers of all time, probably the greatest kickboxer of all time, and he also beat Errol Zimmerman not that long ago. So Bad Hari is definitely there. He's at number 4. At number 3, I got the Russian cruiserweight, who I think would move over to the cruiserweight division of the world of boxing very well, especially considering cruiserweight isn't a very stacked division. There's not killer contenders, especially now that Alexander Usyk's gone up, and that's Artem Vakhitov. Now Artem Vakhitov is really a bad man when it comes to professional kickboxing. He's had 25 pro fights, he's won 20 of them. He's still young. He's 28 years old. He stands at 6'1". He's got a 74.5-inch reach with a record of 20 wins and 5 losses. He's actually a current world champion. He rides a 6 or 8 fight win streak. I forget which one it is, but he's definitely there or thereabouts. And he's got an amateur record in kickboxing of 88 wins and 4 losses. He won the IFMA World Championships on 3 different occasions. He won the Europeans on 4 different occasions. And you know what? This is just generally a bad dude. Cruiserweight's always been a division that's been hurting for talent in boxing as well. No disrespect to Lawrence Okoli, but he's ranked in the top 10 in the world right now, and he's had all the 12 fights, and he's beaten absolutely no one. So that goes to show you how great cruiserweight is right now. So a thin division like that could definitely use a Russian talent like this. He's young, he's capable, he's dangerous, and he's a world championship fighter. I definitely feel like there's room to be made for him in cruiserweight. Moving on now, we've got a guy who I've got a very good key eye on, because he's knocked out Israel Adesanya once, and he's also beaten Israel Adesanya once before that, so that makes him 2-0 against Israel Adesanya, who's currently 17-0 in the world of mixed martial arts and is being touted as a future superstar. Alex Pereira is only 32 years old, so still relatively young. He stands at 6'4" and has an 80-inch reach. That makes him have a very, very big reach. He would be fighting professionally in boxing at light heavyweight, which would mean he would have... It's not the most crowded of division. It's a good division. Guys like Sergey Kovalev are still the world champion. Kovalev's obviously getting older now. There's a reason why Canelo's moving up to fight him. You got Anthony Yarde, who just fought for the belt, and if Anthony Yarde can fight for the belt, all due respect to Anthony Yarde, I think a lot of him, but I think Alex Pereira could definitely make a run at the title in that division as well. As a professional kickboxer, he holds a record of 40 wins and 6 losses. 27 of those wins are by way of knockout. He's currently on a 6-fight win streak, and he's beaten the likes of Jason Wilms, Yusuri Belgori, like I said, Israel Adesanya twice, and for those of you guys that are more so into MMA, a name that you might recognize is Dustin Jacoby. So Alex Pereira is my number 2 guy that I think will do incredibly well at kickboxing and at boxing, and I think he'll make the transition over very well. My number 1 guy that I think will be absolutely outstanding at boxing, if he makes the transition today, I have no doubt he'll be challenging for a world heavyweight title within 3 years, say 3 years, and that's if he doesn't get the fights right away, and that's Rico Verhoeven. Rico Verhoeven is an absolute animal and a killer, the absolute face of kickboxing in this day and age. He's young, he's good looking, he's talented, he's ferocious. He's got a lofty record, and he's still only a young man. Still at only 30 years of age, he competes at the highest level of kickboxing. He's actually one of the best kickboxers to ever compete, and he's definitely on that list with Tyrone Spong. So let's get some stats out of him out of the way. He's 30 years old, he stands at 6'5", and he weighs in at 18.5 stone. That makes him a big heavyweight. He has a 77-inch reach, and in the world of professional kickboxing, he has a record of 55 wins and 10 losses. That puts him on an 11-fight win streak since his most recent loss, and he's also got 8 defenses of his World Glory Heavyweight Championships. That's how good he is. 8 defenses of his world title at heavyweight in a sport where you're getting shins smashed into your domes and thighs. Rico Verhoeven is a bad man. To add to that, Rico Verhoeven is actually already a debuted professional boxer. He's got a 1-0 professional record in professional boxing, and he's actually 1-0 in the world of mixed martial arts as well. So Rico Verhoeven really does deserve some attention and respect, and I feel like if he was to make the move over to professional boxing, we're looking at a future contender, if not a champion, in Rico Verhoeven. So I definitely hope that Rico Verhoeven does actually consider giving boxing a try. Actually, maybe we should get a little thing rolling, start some hashtag Rico Verhoeven in boxing or some shit like that, and see if we can get some attention going, because I would love to see him make the transition over, particularly where there's just no respect or credibility or attention to kickboxing that a world champion like him would deserve, and I would love to see him make the transition over to boxing. Just to give you guys some insight into some of his wins into the world of kickboxing, he's beaten guys like Guto Innocente, he's beaten Anderson Baduk Silva, who's another former world champion, he's beaten Badr Hari himself, he's beaten Zimmerman as well, and he's beaten Gokhan Saki. All of these guys are absolute elite of the elite, so Rico Verhoeven is a very special talent. I would love to see him get his big old self into the world of professional boxing and be able to make some noise there. So guys, why don't you comment below and let me know who you think are some kickboxers that will really do well if they was to transition over into the world of boxing. Let me know what you thought about my top 4 list, and if you've got any video suggestions or ideas, comment below so I can pick them up and we can get this Ask Requested thing rolling again. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm Rohan, this is mindforcombat. Thank you.